It has been quite some time since the game itself, but I've been busy guy. Had a lot of stuff to do around my house, had a lot of stuff to do for YouTube. I just didn't get around to recording the aftermath as quickly as I would have liked. But it was West Ham's first game of the season in 2024 calendar year. That didn't really make sense and was a bit disjointed when I said it, but whatever. It was West Ham's first game of the year 2024 at home to Brighton and Hove Albion, where it finished West Ham United 0, Brighton and Hove Albion 0 at the London Stadium. Ball draws aren't really a thing with this club, and honestly, the one downside is that it was Brighton's first clean sheet of the season. That was something that might have been seen as a typical West Ham thing to do to provide, but overall, it wasn't all that bad. Now, I had people saying it was an embarrassing performance, but it wasn't. It was just more a little disinteresting at times. Both teams had moments of hope, but nothing really came of it. And look at it this way. 4 clean sheets in a row. Mavropanos starting to come really good now. With Bonner putting in a good shift. Johnson putting in a good shift. Alvarez being absolute top-notch and being my favourite signing of the season thus far. Yes, Kudus is up there, but Alvarez as well. And look, started off the new year with a point. So why were fans booing at full time? It made no sense. Did they just want a goal fest? Yeah, well, you can't have everything you want. Team lineups then. Areola in goal. Johnson had to go in at right back because Sofal was sick. Mavropanos and Ogbono were centre backs. Emerson as left back. Suchek and Alvarez as well in the midfield. James Ward-Prowse was there. Fornals on the right. Ben Rama on the left. Bowen up top. Lewis Orford was on the bench, which was one of the youngsters to feature on the bench for West Ham. Johnson started off the game not really being able to get closer to anyone, but as time progressed, he started to make more of a defensive contribution, dispossessing Brighton and getting the ball out of play. Started to come on the wing a little bit more. Brighton just passed it very casually. Alvarez, insane, covers the defence, does everything that you want him to do, all the dirty work and what have you, makes up for lost possession in tackles and just enjoys being deeper. Great overall from him. Brighton's distribution, though, was very poor. Their keeper just kept kicking it out of bounds, and they couldn't really cross a ball to save their lives, to be honest with you. Ward-Prowse was saved from a one-timer with Jason Steele using his legs to get on the ball. Brighton were open in attack and defence throughout that half, actually, in the first half especially, and they didn't get bodies forward enough and looked hesitant. Someone like Kudus would have murked that lot. Someone like Paquetá would have murdered that lot on the pitch, but we didn't have those guys. I'm thinking maybe Cornet can come on and do some bits, but nah, he's been frozen out. Maybe Obama can come on and do some bits, but nah, he's been frozen out. What would it take to score in this? I do not know. Areola saved from a terrific shot from Danny Welbeck. And Emerson was still good at running the channel. Mr. Consistent at it again. Suchek was close, and I don't know how he missed the sitter. Not sure who put the cross in, but Suchek got his foot on it and then didn't get it in the net, obviously. Obama came on in place aside Ben Rama. Ben Rama's all skill, no end product, and that's why I think he's going to have to get out the club. Obama came on a little bit isolated. Aaron Cresswell came on a little bit later as well in the game. A good 60 minutes, but no end product, like I say. That's the thing. We don't really have someone to finish it off. It felt like playing with Antonio in games. No disrespect to him, but it's been like the feeling where Antonio's been in games and hasn't made much of an impact because we haven't got the finishing. Felt exactly like that. And Brighton were hammering hard at the door. João Pedro made a lovely move and then struck us straight at Areola. So, finished 0-0. And honestly, we've been playing teams recently that have, there've been teams that we would have conceded quite a few goals against, like Wolves. We played them. We played Manchester United. We played Arsenal. We played Brighton, who were a bogey team. We've kept 4 clean sheets in a row. David Moyes should get manager of the month for December because of the impressive statistics that come along with it. Conceded the fewest goals during the Christmas period. Beat Arsenal, Manchester United. Beat Wolves. He's done excellently well for that month alone. Maybe Paquetá could be in for a shout to get player of the month. Maybe Kudus as well. Because here's some players being nominated for it. I expect someone to get it, because if they don't, well, it's kind of going to be unfair.